opportunity to interview you. Welcome to Singapore.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here.
Yes. Can you please introduce yourself and your company?
Yeah, sure. Okay, my name's Andrew Sparke and I'm the Managing Director of Q-Mines Limited. The ticker code is QML. We're listed on the ASX. And at Q-Mines we've got a really exciting business. We've got a copper mine in Queensland in Australia. It's an ultra high grade historic mine, and we've been working really hard to grow that resource since listing 2.5 years ago. And now we're starting to look at how we transition that mine into production. One thing that really sets us apart from everyone else is that we're doing it very sustainably. So we're very proud to say that we're one of only 3 listed resources companies today that's actually certified carbon neutral. So we've got solar on site, we've got wind on site, we've got battery. So we're really trying to show that we can mine these assets sustainably. So yeah, really exciting time to be a Q-Mine shareholder. Yeah.
Where do you see opportunity in this current commodity cycle?
Look, I think in my mind, it's all about these battery metals, and I know everyone's heard that, a lot. I think copper's been overlooked a little bit recently because, China's slowing and there's some challenges. But I think if you're prepared to look past that, the valuations in the copper space are extraordinary, and they're really, once in a decade type valuations. They're so cheap. And to put that in perspective, when we listed only just over 2 years ago, the comps were trading at about 600 in Australia. The copper comparables were trading about $600 a tonne. We're currently trading about $100 per tonne. So there's a really great opportunity if you're brave enough, to look at some of these businesses. You can buy them very, very cheaply at the moment.
Right. What do you think are some of the factors that investors will look at, when they look at a junior ASX resource company?
Yeah, look, a really good question. I think there's a couple of really important things that I look at. I ran a resources fund for some time, so I'm really tapped into how you should invest in this space. I think the most important thing, or some of the most important things, are capital, access to capital. So you need a board, especially in these challenging times, that can access capital. Is very good at promoting their business and raising capital at reasonable prices. So capital is a really important one, so you continue to grow your business. The second one is jurisdiction. We're really lucky that we've got an asset in Australia, and Australia's well known for being a tier 1 jurisdiction, very safe. You're never going to lose your asset because the government changes their mind or anything like that. So jurisdiction is really, really important. And then the last thing is, and probably the most important thing, is actually timing. You've got to never underestimate timing in the resources business, because it's very, very cyclical. So if you can get your timing right, i.e. buy when everyone's running for the doors and valuations are really cheap, and you're prepared to hold, you can really generate some real strong outsized returns. So
yeah, I like your 3 factors that you have shared. So I also understand that you have been in this business for many years. Yeah. So what are some of the challenges that you have seen, and how do you overcome them?
Yeah, very good question. Really, the challenges are quite similar to in that probably the biggest challenge in the mining business is it's very cyclical. Okay, so you've got to really plan your business and think long term about your strategy and be prepared for the downturns. But also you need to be able to really maximise the top end of the cycle. So when there is a lot of capital come back to the cycle, you need to be a lot of news flow, a lot of development, a lot of progress, a lot of really strong catalysts that can generate returns for shareholders. So timing's, I think, one of the biggest challenges in this business for sure.
Yes, there's a lot of millennials out there right now. They are taking up internship jobs, roles in the finance-related industry. Is there any advice that you can share with them?
Yeah, look, very, very good question. Obviously we all start as younger guys and girls in the business, and I think the only advice I'd give is just be prepared to work hard, and you've really got to understand your product. So when I was younger, I basically decided that I wanted to be in the resources space. So I moved over to Perth, which is the epicenter of the Australian sort of resources business, and I wasn't afraid to work on a drill rig, even though I had a finance and capital markets background. I went and worked on drill rigs. I'd hang around with geologists a lot, sit around the campfire, hear the stories, and I just really immersed myself in the geology and the technical side of the business. And I think if you can really understand your product and understand the technical side of the business, you'll do extremely well. It is a fantastic business. Yeah.
Wow. very impressive. Thank you very much for your time today, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been great to be here.